Have you ever wondered what truly makes a senior developer? Is it about knowing everything or is it something different, right? So, this is the Polyglot Programmer, and today I'm going to talk about what really means to be a senior developer, the skills, and the mindset behind it, right? Being a senior developer is not just about years of experience, mastering countless frameworks and programming languages, right? In my opinion, it's more about a shifting mindset in perspective and also obviously adopting a little bit more responsibility as time goes. So on this video, I want to try to answer at least two questions, right? So one of them is, does a senior developer actually needs to know more than everybody else, right? And does a senior developer, what does it mean actually to be a senior developer, right? So let's get started, right, with the first question. So does a senior developer needs to know more than everybody else in the team and in the company and whatnot? So the short answer is no, right? A senior developer doesn't need to know more than everybody else. A senior developer is not a walking encyclopedia that knows more, that actually knows everything that's going on every framework and every programming language. Actually, nowadays, with how fast things go, chances are that a junior developer kid fresh out of college will probably know more about the latest updates of some programming language or framework than you do, right? Things nowadays, they change really fast, and it's basically impossible to keep up with everything, right? So and also don't forget, right? It doesn't matter how senior you are. There's always something to learn from everybody. Doesn't matter how junior they are and senior you are, and vice versa, right? So instead of knowing everything, right, the senior developer should actually focus and excel in problem solving, right? So I feel like as a senior developer, you start to get really good and better every day into breaking a problem into smaller pieces instead of just memorizing every single piece of syntax or an entire API for a framework, right? It's also about knowing what to look for, right? When you're working on a problem without a solution, right? So you get really good in debugging, in investigating a problem, in researching a problem, a new issue, and and also and you get really good in adapting to a new tool and adopting a new tool in case in case you need to do that. Another really good skill that a senior developer evolves over time, I feel like it is the skill of mentoring and guiding others, right? So as a senior developer, one of your job is to actually to empower your team, and you should be the guy that everybody goes to for help the more senior you get, right? And that shouldn't be based on some stupid hierarchy that your company has. Oh, this guy is my boss, I'm going to go to him for help. No, it should be something organic. That's how I feel that as you get more senior, those are the things that you should have more than everybody else instead of just like plain old like textbook knowledge, right? So it's not about knowing everything. It's more about how to navigate the unknown and bring your team with you, right? So following up to that, right? The second question that I said that I was gonna talk about is, what does it actually mean to be a senior developer, right? So what changes as you get more senior, right? So I feel that as you get more senior, you get better at the, let's say, the big picture thinking, right? So you get better at understand how your work fits into the overall project or business goals instead of just focusing on a single task that you got from your Jira or your ticketing system, and focusing on writing that piece of code, even if it's a super complex code, you know how that is actually going to impact the rest of the company and the rest of the project. So you get better at that big picture thinking, right? And again, touching again on the leadership, you one of your responsibilities as a senior dev as you get more senior in a company, in every company, is going to be the responsibility to guide other junior developers to share your knowledge. You should always be that guy that is willing to share your knowledge, but not in a like top down, I'm your boss way. You need to, here's the knowledge that I have, you need to do it my way, but more in a like in an organic way, right? You're actually sharing your knowledge with the goal of, hey, I had this experience of and you're trying to embark knowledge and transfer your experience to others, not in a like again, the word is slipping my mind, but not in a top down, I'm your boss way, but more in a hey, I've ran into this before, here's what happened, maybe you can learn from what I did, and so you can help your team grow from your own experiences in the past, right? Another thing that that changes as you get more senior is that usually you get more ownership, and also the not only your hierarchical ownership that the company gives you, but you get more that feeling of that owner feeling, that like, okay, I own this, I'm gonna do this as if it was my own company. So you get that ownership responsibility of on every task that you're doing. Basically, I think you care a bit more about the results of what you're doing, and you know that that's gonna have a bigger impact on the company and the project, right? And I mean, last but not least, I guess one of the things that I feel like I get really good as I get more senior over the years is just the fact that I'm better working under pressure, right? I mean, nowadays there's basically nothing that's gonna get me off my balance in terms of pressure. I don't know deadline or whatever, or nothing that happens. I feel like I get, no matter what's going on, if the house is on fire or not, and I feel like I can keep my cool a lot more than I used to a decade ago. And I feel that that's also something that you get better as you get more senior. And to sum up, guys, being a senior developer is not just being an expert coder, right? It's about being a better problem solver. It's about being a better leader, a better mentor. It's about working better under pressure, right? So, what do you think makes a senior developer, right? I would love to hear your stories. Have you ever worked with someone that embodies this role, or are you trying to get there and you still have some questions about what you should do? Feel free to drop your questions, share your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear them and talk to you about it. Also, feel free to join my Discord. I'm trying to be a lot more active over there. I'm also streaming a lot more, so follow me on Twitch. And obviously, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe here on YouTube, and so you can get notified when I do more of these guys. And thanks a lot for watching. Happy coding, and I'll see you on the next one.